Hi Gemini, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what the collective needs to hear at this time. I set that intention with my guides and with this deck. So if you are here because this popped up in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this is definitely for you. So let's see what Spirit has for you. Death card there. Some kind of ending, transformation going on. Be sure and like the message. Leave a comment if you feel called to do so. All of your interactions really help my channel to grow, so I really very much appreciate that. But it also pushes the messages out for others so that they can receive them as well. And it just really helps, other people get the guidance that they need. So I appreciate you guys doing that. On the bottom of the deck, we had that death card. And again, the death card is about endings and beginnings. So there's probably some kind of ending that is taking place or that has just taken place. We'll get more into the tarot to verify that. But, with the death card, it's kind of like that rebirth energy, right? Starting fresh and going through some kind of transformation, releasing the past. There's a lot that goes on with the death card, right? It's not just one simple process. It's like a really big cycle of change, death, rebirth, and that's a natural process, right? Like everything shifts, seasons come and go. You kind of grow on your personal path. And it's really just surrendering to that cycle and then releasing things that you've, outgrown, that have outlived their purpose. So definitely some kind of ending and beginning transformation going on here. The situation is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy, which is your opposite sign, right? This can be you dealing with a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. This can just be that embodiment of that energy, right? So the Knight of Wands is very action driven because wands are about action, right? And then that fiery, passionate energy. So this is about like really having that. It's the time that's to take action, right? On an idea or a project and really just moving forward with things, right? And whatever it is that you're passionate about. So, the reverse portion of this could be that you're kind of doubting yourself. Maybe because the goal or situation hasn't progressed in the way that you'd hoped, right? Like delays and misunderstandings are part of life. But I feel like this is needing to take action towards something or, focusing on what you're passionate about here. And it could involve others because I do see these two ghosts down here in this card. So maybe needing to take action on a situation involving other people. So the blockage in this situation is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is, kind of like a boredom, a stagnation type of energy. This is like really focusing on needing to shift your focus on something new, a new opportunity that's trying to come in, right? Because this person is so focused on the Three of Cups. Like these are past situations that did not work out. And they're so focused on what hasn't worked out that they're not seeing a new opportunity that's coming in, or they're not expecting a new opportunity to come in, right? And it's hard to be excited for something new or find that passion and wanting to take action when you've been disappointed in the past, right? But focusing on that past is not going to help you move forward. You obviously need to heal from it, yes. But focusing too much on that can leave you feeling stagnant. And you can be very closed off, right? In order to kind of not feel pain or, not really focusing on healing, you can, kind of close yourself off emotionally here. Not feeling passionate, not taking action because you're very closed off. So the root cause of this is the Two of Cups. So this can be about a relationship, a partnership, right? Again, when I said multiple people here, this could have been a third party because there are 3 people in this card. And that doesn't have to be in love. That can be, you know, like a business partner kind of went with someone else, or, you know, a family member confided in someone else. Like they involved too many people in the situation, right? But this can also be about balance. So 2s are about balance, choices, decisions, right? So with the Two of Cups, it can be an imbalance in the masculine, feminine energies, and really needing to nurture that relationship with self, right? Maybe doubting yourself and really needing to balance that out, nurture yourself and realize that you are enough, and kind of, you know, nurture that inner being, that inner masculine and feminine. And that's what's really going to help you kind of heal and support yourself, right? So when you're balanced and it's not one-sided, right? Like I don't know how to word this. It's just emotional balance, right? Mental balance, like balancing out your thoughts, balancing out your emotions, the internal, right? With self. It doesn't always have to involve another person. I feel like there's some kind of imbalance, whether that's in a relationship with another person or with self, I feel like is the focus here. It's kind of the cause of this, like, stagnation, this self-doubt, and, you know, not seeing opportunities or focusing too much on the past. That can be due to an imbalance. It can be due to a past relationship, right? It's going to be different for each of you. So in the recent past, what is affecting the situation? We have the 5 of Cups. So again, loss, grief, disappointment. This can be loss of a relationship, loss of a family member, loss of a way of being, loss of a job, right? Whatever that is that caused this imbalance. So this person, again, is so focused on these 3 cups that they're not seeing the 2 cups behind them, right? Like these cards all kind of go together. So these 2 people are so focused on these 3 of Cups here that they're not seeing the 2 of Cups, right? They're not seeing that they need to balance. They're not seeing that there are other opportunities, that there's more out there than what has been lost. And that can be really hard when you've lost, you know, like a significant relationship, or there's an ending to some way of being, right? This doesn't even have to involve other people. This can just be you and yourself in spirit, right? Like maybe that's the 3 people on the card. But there is like this whole transformation and needing to release things. And I feel like this is very much that releasing and moving on and trying not to focus so much on what has been lost here. So your higher self or your spirit guides are giving you the World card. And the World card is a completion, right? This is some sort of successful completion and then reaping the rewards from that. And the rewards can be abundance, it can be resources, it can just be ending a painful cycle and moving into a better cycle, right? Whatever this ending is, I definitely feel like it's an end of a cycle and you moving into a whole new beginning here. And trying not to focus again on that past situation, or maybe it's multiple situations, right? Because he does have 3 of Cups here. So this could have been you like trying to start a business, trying to have a relationship, right? This doesn't even have to be in the same realm. It can be love, it can be money, it can be resources, right? Whatever this was for you, it could have been multiple things here. But this is very much about ending some sort of cycle. And, you know, with the end of every cycle comes a new beginning. So rejoice in that your hard work is paying off and that you are moving into a new cycle. But there is a need to end this old cycle, right? This old way of being, and then find your confidence and your passion again. In the immediate future, we have the King of Swords. I absolutely love that. So this is your card, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, right? So this is, I feel like you really kind of stepping into that authority, right? And finding yourself again, stepping it back into who you are, right? You can kind of lose yourself in situations, especially if you're imbalanced. You know, focusing on the negative and you kind of lose your sense of self, that confidence, you know, this self-doubt that's here. And I feel like you're stepping more into this taking decisive action and stepping into more of who you are, using your logic and your reason, maybe not letting your emotions get the better of you, right? Because we do have 2, 4, and 5 of cups. The cups are about your emotions. So, you know, yes, this was a very emotional time, but using your logic to focus on the facts, right? So just because 1 or 2 situations didn't work out doesn't mean that everything that you do going forward is not going to work out, right? Like using your logic, find the facts in the situation. Yes, there's been disappointment. Yes, there has been, you know, grief, pain, loss. Everyone goes through that, right? Just embrace who you are and step back into that King of Swords energy, right? So taking decisive action and standing up for yourself, right? And your truth. So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the Queen of Wands. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag. But this is also, I feel like, embodying that feminine energy of creativity and emotional intelligence, right? Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But the Queen of Wands is, again, she is that fiery, passionate energy. She's wands. She's creative. She's passionate. And this is also like, she's very confident and knows her worth, right? But this is my card of stepping into your own power and then taking leadership, right? So when we say that, it's really, again, if you've lost yourself, this is you really stepping back into who you are, finding your personal power, your voice, and being able to have confidence and be passionate about the future and then take those steps to move there, right? So you could be feeling very empowered, very confident, very creative, right? I love that energy. I think that's amazing energy. That fiery, passionate energy sometimes is what you need, like, to kind of reignite that spark, right? And I say that a lot with that Knight of Wands or even the Ace of Wands. It is finding that creative spark again, finding that zest for life in order to really be passionate about moving forward. So in your environment, the influence here is the Hermit. So you could have been in hermit mode, right? Like kind of pulled back. Again, with this closed off, this 4 of Cups, especially when you go through a tough cycle or an ending, you kind of pull back your energy, right? You go into that hermit mode and you're trying to find answers and figure out, you know, what is this lesson teaching me? What do I need to learn from this? A lot of times it can be really hard, again, to go through these tough cycles. So there's a difference between being alone and being lonely, right? So pulling your energy back and kind of trying to find answers and, you know, find the purpose in things, or just relying on your inner wisdom can really bring you clarity. And that can really bring that healthy, rejuvenated type of energy, right? When you pull back and really focus on self. So you could have been doing a lot of healing or just like searching for purpose or, you know, seeking your own inner truth here in order to really step into this Queen of Wands, King of Swords type of energy. So in your hopes and fears, we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is about traditions, beliefs. This is like, you know, institutions, work, like corporate America. This is about marriage, right? So you could be hoping for a connection, a marriage, right? With this 2 of Cups that was here. Maybe some of you are focused on marriage. Others of you may just be focused on more of your beliefs and your traditions, right? Like maybe stepping into getting a mentor or stepping into teaching others about what you have been through here, right? So this is also about like deepening your spiritual practice, studying healing, or, you know, taking courses about spirituality and spiritual guidance, right? So you could be hoping for spiritual guidance, or you could be stepping into or hoping to like get more of a stepping into more of it like a teacher role, especially if you've been through like a tough situation in partnerships, relationships, or imbalanced energy. You could be teaching others about that, right? The potential outcome here is the 6 of Wands. I absolutely love that. Again, that fiery, passionate energy, right? This is all of your hard work paying off. This is success, recognition, a victory, and surrounded by people that support you, surrounded by community, family, whatever you consider like your support system here. that you have people supporting you, and you have a victory overcoming obstacles. And you know, especially after all of the struggle that you've been through, this is you really kind of stepping in and accepting praise from others, and then letting yourself shine and finding that enthusiasm and, again, that fiery, passionate energy. So there is a victory here of overcoming whatever this stagnation has been, this self-doubt. I feel like you're, you know, supported and encouraged. This doesn't even have to be other people. This can just be like your spirit team, you know, your guides, your angels that are really supporting you here. And you seeing all of the hard work pay off that you have put into a situation, right? And maybe that's just overcoming self-doubt and stepping into a more balanced energy, because you do have a masculine and a feminine energy here. So again, balancing masculine and feminine energy. If this doesn't involve another person, if it does involve another person, this is you really owning who you are and then finding purpose. And you know, you could have victory in finding your purpose, or you could have victory in a relationship, overcoming past situations that have really you know, kind of left their mark on you. But you're releasing all of that and stepping into a new cycle. So with that Death and that World card, you know, this is very much about releasing, letting things go. This Four of Cups here, releasing past experiences. Don't hold on to those, because that can really block you when you're holding on to that energy and not letting that go. That's going to affect you, like really taking action and stepping forward, right? So but I see you coming out of that, obviously, right? You're stepping more into who you are, that King of Swords energy, and finding your purpose. And then, you know, could be getting a mentor or just learning more about your spirituality, learning more about yourself and overcoming challenges here. So I really love this energy for you, Gemini. I hope that helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.